Thank you for calling Obama for America. This is Bobby speaking. How may I direct your call? The first one starts off with our last training exercise down in Fort Polk. The rest of the tape is flying around Baghdad during the day. My camera skills were not all that great. Granted, I had the camera in one hand and a machine gun in the other, and there was about 120 mile an hour wind coming in the window. Got me a little slack. Towards the end of middle school, the start of high school, I went to ROTC, and I really felt it as like a calling to serve a greater cause, to serve my country. The one thing that I really enjoyed about the military was living with these guys, living for these guys. Soldiers don't die for anything. Soldiers just live so passionately and fully for the people around them, for their nation, for their community, that it consumes them. September 11th, 8 o'clock in the morning, some of my buddies came down. Hey, did you hear about the World Trade Center? Got hit by a plane. By that time, we all knew somebody was going somewhere. It's an act of war. And then another year goes by, and they start talking about Iraq more and more. It didn't make any sense to connect Iraq to 9/11. I was a 20-year-old specialist at the time. I trust my chain of command, so wherever they send me, I'll go. And if they tell me they're armed with everything they can get their hands on, I'll prepare myself for that. And right up until we crossed the berm in 2003, I was certain they were going to throw something at us. That was the first time I felt a little betrayed, because I was told we were going into a dangerous place for a reason. But then we get up there and we realize they didn't have anything to shoot at us, that everything was overblown like that. Why did they put us at risk? Why did they put all of those Iraqi families at risk? My second tour in Iraq, I picked up my first casualty, my first dead body. And what froze in my memory is how it felt, because I was expecting to pick up about 175 pounds of dead weight. Expected to pick up a 25-year-old young man, and the body had to weigh less than the stretcher in the body bag. And I looked across the stretcher to the guy I was flying with, and I could see in his visor my jaw drop, and he looked the same way at me, because it's just not right. He had been blown apart by a IED. But yeah, it's the spectrum. Like I say, you live until you haven't got anything to live for anymore. And he definitely had it all taken out of him. And we're all young. I expected to come over here and see, a wide range of ages. I'm like, this almost looks like my old company. Everybody's 22, 23 years old. Years and years, people have been talking about how the younger generations, the slacker generation, and I think we're in for a change right now. There's a whole generation of people that want to live for each other like that. Came home from Iraq, and the first thing people ask is, what was it like over there? The second question is, what can we do here? And for the longest time, I couldn't figure the right answer until I realized, well, just live for each other the way we do. If you really live for people around you and care for people around you, that will change your judgment, and it will make you act better towards people, because you have that investment in them. They are a part of you. And that's why I see around here, that's why I see from Barack. He really lives for his community. And when he went to the State House, he lived for his district. When he went to the Senate, he really lived for his state. And he doesn't live for a party. He doesn't live for an ideology. He lives for human beings. He lives for people like you and me, for families. That's what inspires me about the guy. That's what gives me hope. It's what makes me think that this election isn't going to be about changing parties. It's going to be about living for every other American. That's what I hope it'll be.